So we are in December 2023. I can't believe it's the end of the year yet. You know, the big thing of this year has been inventory rates. You know, we've seen rates get up to 8%. And right now they actually dropped down probably a little bit under 7 as we're recording this today. You know, with the Fed saying now they're going to hold rates steady and they are probably going to cut in 2024. So the yield on the 10-year Treasury is under 4% as of a day or two ago. So we'll see what happens with it, but I do think we'll see some rate cuts in 2024. Inventory levels will probably be very similar to what we've had, you know, in 2023, maybe a little bit more. You know, and it'll be interesting to see how things progress with the market. So, you know, right now the average with all the major forecasters for 2024 is to see price increases of about 1.5%. I do think we're going to probably see a little bit more than that in our area. That's a national number. I wouldn't be surprised to see anywhere from 3 to 5%, especially if those rates come down earlier in the year. You know, total home sale forecast. I think this is a really big one. You know, the average is 5.1. That's about where we were pre-pandemic, a little bit less. You know, I don't know if we're going to see that as much now, because I think in our area versus a lot of other areas, a lot of people buy homes and are in homes a little longer here than in other parts of the country that they're moving up. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see like 4.8, you know, kind of adjusted for us. You know, showing times, how many showings are on properties? Definitely up. If we look at an average, you know, pre-pandemic, it was probably about 105, 107 showings, you know, for the month of September. Now we're at 153. So, you know, you're seeing that it is definitely an increase from it, and I think that's going to continue. The demand is still there. So Zillow put out a report, despite mortgage rates reaching a 23-year high, lower inventory levels are spurring surprisingly strong competition. Depleted inventory stocks are gradually recovering and price appreciation is slowing. And demand has remained silent and attractive. Appropriate price listings are moving quickly. No doubt about it. You know, as the low inventory levels are coming around, prices, homes that are priced properly, and, you know, homes especially that are renovated, they are moving. You are seeing those multiple offers come in. So here's a slide that you'll see in here on a national level. We're approaching a peak of 2006 of mortgage payment to income ratio. It's a little bit over 25%. 27.3 is what they put out there. You know, so last time we saw that was 2006. You know, we did have that mortgage meltdown a couple years later. I don't think we're in it for that, but I'd love to see this adjust. And I think with rates coming down, this will adjust to probably about 20%. May take us a year or two to get there, but I'd like to see that as kind of a healthy rate in essence. In January 2000, it was 19.6. I think that's a healthy rate overall for us. So a little bit higher than we want to see with those higher interest rates, but hopefully that's on its way down. You know, this was an interesting stat. Average number of offers received on the most recent closed sales. Obviously, the highest during the pandemic at about 3.5 as an average. You know, now you're looking at 2.5 on a national level. Here, you know, listen, we probably are seeing 3 to 5 offers on a lot of properly priced homes, especially, you know, on that entry-level market. You know, as you go up, you're going to see less and less. But it's been an interesting thing to watch with this multiple offer situation. Medium days on the market is obviously down from what it was, you know, pre-pandemic, but it's up a little bit from the pandemic days. So you're starting to see that kind of turn, which is kind of what we want. I don't think it's going to get all the way like that, but if we can kind of level out is what ultimately we want to see. You know, average listing count, this is still dramatically lower than the pre-pandemic. This is probably on a national level about $400,000 less from 2019, 400,000 homes less as an active listing count from 2019. So, you know, we're seeing that low inventory. Like I said, I think it peaks back up a little bit more. I do think it's going to take us 3 to 5 years to get us back to that 1.2, you know, on a monthly count for November with it. So taking a look at that, you're going to see that. You are going to see that we have better inventory numbers than what you see from across the country. Some places have started to see price declines. For the most part, we haven't. Sometimes yes, but for the most part, no. I do think we'll see some stability, you know, we're seeing maybe even on that uptick, depending on what interest rates do in the first and second quarter of 2024. But we are seeing a solid market out there. You know, overall, I think the average of everybody is expecting about 5% growth throughout the U.S. I'd say that's probably about average for us as well from last year. So, you know, when we look at it as a whole, 2023, interesting years for the real estate market, low inventory, high interest rates, you know, some uncertainty, a little bit up and down, but it's a strong, stable market. And I was with a couple yesterday asking, is it a good time to buy? And I said to them, I said, if now's the right time for you to buy, for you and your family, and you can afford it, now's the right time to buy. Is it the right time to sell? It really depends on you and what's working for you. Where are you moving to? Do you have a place already? Do you have to spend more? Are you going to take a mortgage? Are you, downsizing? What's the situation? And that's really what this comes down to is, yes, you'll make money on your home most likely from when you bought it, depending on what you invested into the property. But it is an overall good time to buy, good time to sell. It's just whether or not it's the right time for you. So any questions, want to see if it's that right time, feel free to reach out. And if I don't talk to you before, I hope you and your family have a happy and healthy holiday season.